All right, welcome to All Things Home with Lisa and Amanda.
We're with Century 21 North Homes in Burlington, Washington.
Today we are doing part 2 of our spring cleaning. Last video we talked about everything that you should start doing outside as far as cleaning your decks, your grills, your gutters, changing your light bulbs, getting all the big, stuff ready and inspecting the outside of your home. Today we're going to talk about the inside.
We're going to start with the kitchen. We start in your fridge and freezer. Get rid of all the old freezer burnt food. Pull everything out. Clean it up inside. Do the outside, and pull it away from the wall and get those dust bunnies off the back of the fridge. You want to focus on sharpening your knives, cleaning your other appliances, dishwasher, stove, microwave. All of those things. A really cool and non-harmful trick for cleaning out your microwave that I always do is you put a little bit of lemon juice in water with a rag, and you put that in a bowl in the microwave, run it for a minute cycle, wait a couple minutes because it's going to be really hot, and then once those couple of minutes have gone by, you wring out that rag, you wipe everything out inside, and it's amazing. It happens so fast. The steam from that water breaks everything away from the walls of the microwave, and it's just super easy to wipe off. And the lemon juice is like a natural disinfectant, so you don't have to worry about putting any kind of harsh chemicals in your microwave.
And you want to make sure that now is a good time to pull that stove out, clean behind, and clean the wall behind. There's always grease buildup. And if you have cupboards on the side of yours, you need to make sure that you clean all of that and clean your stove inside, outside, underneath. And you'd be surprised how much stuff falls behind your stove. Not to mention that helps prevent fires. It's a good fire safety. You should be doing it more than just in the spring. I recommend every 6 months. That's just me at the very minimum.
I do every 3 months, and I do it with a citrus degreaser because, again, it's really not noxious, and you just spray it on and let it drip down the walls, and then wipe it off with a paper towel, and you're done. Less scrubbing. I'm always a fan of that.
I use Dawn dish soap.
Well, it cuts grease. If it's good enough to save the ducks.
That's what I use. Everybody always asks me about what the best degreaser is for me, and I'm like, Dawn dish soap.
Oh, they have this new one too. Have you used it, the power wash thing?
I use the power wash all the time.
Oh, it's so amazing. When my parents' house burned down, which isn't a happy thing, but I used that to clean all the smoky soot off of all their stuff, and it worked like a charm.
Yes. So don't have to have major expensive stuff. You just have to, a little bit of elbow grease and get in there and
get her done.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then for the main living areas, you want to pull all your furniture away from the walls, clean underneath it, take the cushions out of your couch, clean between there, wipe down the walls, check your smoke detectors, change out the batteries there, clean your curtains. People just don't think about that stuff, but if you just get a regular routine of it, and then they stay nice and clean, there's no odors hanging out in those curtains. Because that, if you're smelling a mystery stink, when was the last time you washed those puppies? You might want to think about it.
So I live on a farm, so my house gets extremely dusty. And one of the things that you need to make sure you're doing while you're spring cleaning, which I change mine every 30 days, but the air filter in your, I have central heating, and so I pull that filter out, and oh, it is always so nasty. Dog hair, dirt, dust. I got new couches that are, we'll call them pleather. They want to pretend like they're leather, but they're really not. They're just pretend. But anyways, I have to wash those too. Like I walked behind my recliner, and I was like, what is this? Like there was a thing of dust on there, and I'm like, what is this? And I'm like, yeah, so, doing dusting and getting in all the nooks and crannies, this is a good time to do it and a good time to You open your door, open your windows, air out your house, let some of that fresh air come in.
Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not there.
Yes.
And then focusing on your bathroom, you want to make sure to deep clean your toilet. Of course, I do that weekly because bathrooms is where you get clean, so your bathroom should be clean, in my opinion. But, sweep and wipe down, you pull everything out. I don't know if your house is like my house, but I always have like vitamins and hand lotions and little things on the counter. I pull all those things out and then wipe them all down and put them all back, because then that way you're sure that there's no germs, and I like that.
Absolutely, now's a good time. Okay, a new shower curtain. If you do so I have a cloth one and I have the plastic one behind it, and you take that plastic one, take it out. They're only a couple bucks. Buy a new one, put it on there, take your cloth one down, give it a good wash in the wash machine. Now's a good time to do that.
Definitely. And in between, I'm a fan of Febreze, so I always Febreze my shower curtain every week when I do the rest of the cleaning. And switching over to bedrooms for spring cleaning, you want to, get under the bed. I don't know about you, but for me, I don't really look under my bed all that often. And dust accumulates under there, so you want to kind of push it off to the side, get your vacuum up in there, clean it out. Do your windows, curtains in there too, you want to wash those. And get rid of anything that you don't need, you're not using. It's just sitting over in the corner collecting dust. That's, maybe a good time to start planning your summer yard sales.
Yes, because for some of us, we have winter clothes and we have summer clothes. I mean, like I live in Washington, I pull out my summer clothes. Don't have a whole lot of those because we don't have a very long summer.
You need 3 weeks worth of clothes for that.
But for those things that I didn't wear all winter long, I take all of those, I go donate them, or I sell them in a yard sale. And get rid of them. The old shoes, because you just bought a whole bunch of new ones, get rid of them. You realize that you have 5 pairs of boots and you only wore 1 pair, get rid of them. The more clutter you have, the dirtier your house looks.
Well, and there are plenty of other people who potentially, can't afford those items. So if you're giving them away, we have lots of good resources for giving things away for free that somebody might be able to use, and they're very grateful to have those things, and otherwise they're just sitting in your closet collecting dust. So
Absolutely.
There's a thought.
We could get together with some nonprofit and get a clothes drive going for all of you that are cleaning out your closets. Absolutely. So, get a hold of us and we'll get some details for you.
I am a guilty person for keeping things that I don't need, though, because I have a thing about coats, and I probably have at least 10 that I don't wear, but also refuse to get rid of. So I'm going to purge. Some of them I haven't worn in like years. Some of them I've never worn. Somebody gave it to me, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a great coat. And I put it in the closet, and there it stays.
So we will be doing some of this with you, and I will video my closet clean out.
Oh gosh, she's brave. I won't. You're not seeing my closet.
No, but we'll make her bring in all her stuff that she did get rid of, and we'll video that.
Just got rid of a bunch of stuff.
Absolutely.
Although we were sleeping one night at 3 a.m. and our closet pole tore out of the wall and fell on my husband. So I had to get rid of some stuff.
Ever so slightly, and this is why we highly, highly suggest spring cleaning is so
Before
that
your closet attacks you.
rid of some clutter. You can make sure that your home is in repair that you need, and make sure that things like, your closet pole isn't starting to come out of the wall.
It's just something you don't notice when it's full of clothes. You can't see that the screws are coming on out of there. It just attacks you in the middle of the night.
So these are things that you guys all should check. I mean, check them out, make sure, because, again, This is the biggest investment usually that you ever spend money on. It's the biggest thing that you have is your home. And the longer you keep it in good repair, the less money that you have to spend in the long run. Because if you change out your pole and realize that, you need to reinforce that, you do that instead of patching a whole hole where the holder came out of the wall and now you've got a hole there to deal.
Yeah, it's really decidedly inconvenient, I can say that.
Another big thing, as we're moving from room to room and we head into that laundry room, clean out your dryer vent. Like, not just in your dryer, but the one that goes outside. Take a snake in there, and they have these tools with little brushes. Just get in there and clean it.
Oh, it looks so fun. You should look up the videos online. It spins around, knocks all those little lint bunnies out. It's fun.
Absolutely. Those are fire hazards, just in case nobody told anybody. So if you concentrate on making sure that those things don't become a problem, you could really save on your investment.
Yeah, and speaking of fire hazards, you want to also, if you have a fireplace or wood stove, you want to clean your chimney. If you have a gas furnace or one of those really pretty gas fireplaces, you want to get those serviced. There are a number of companies in the area that will do those services for less than a couple $100. I don't know if you've seen on the glass for the gas fireplaces, it gets that hazy buildup. The most service companies for heating, they'll come in, they'll do that, it's less than a couple $100, and they clean that glass and make it all nice and shiny for you again. They check all the parts, and they make sure everything's working properly so that when winter and fall rolls around again and everybody who waited, you won't have to get in line. You'll just, I already did that in the spring, and then you didn't use it all summer because you didn't need to, and it's just ready for fall. You roll right into it, and you can get cracking on the holidays without trying to get in line at the heating company for a service.
Absolutely, and those of you that do your own canning and growing of your own vegetables, now's a good time that some of those that you didn't use this last winter and you know that are still good, donate them to your local food banks. Absolutely. Make it to where somebody else can enjoy your food too if you don't, because we're getting ready to go in the grow season again. Get some of those fresh vegetables and so as you're cleaning out your pantries and you're reorganizing, by all means, donate.
I just rotated my jam stock. I only have 3 cases left, so I don't think there's going to be any to spare, unfortunately. By the time berries pop around again, I'm going to be almost out of strawberry, and that's just nearly unacceptable.
So, yeah, now's the time to get in there and get it cleaned. Now, that being said, you don't have to start on a Saturday morning and be like, I gotta do spring cleaning and spring clean until Sunday at 8 p.m. That's not what you need to do. You need to just pick a couple tasks every day or every week for that matter. Hey, we're gonna hit the bedrooms and we're gonna do our closets or we're gonna do the kitchen. And
well, this is from a 30-day list.
Yes.
So like you just do one thing each day, and then at the end of the 30 days, you're good to go. And you can get out there and start planting.
Absolutely, because garden season's coming up and I've got some great stuff about gardening, and I'm actually going to go out and I'm going to film while we are building my raised beds. We are going to raise beds this year because I have some medical issues that prevent me from really bending over and weeding my garden anymore.
Yeah, weeding definitely needs to happen, so getting that up there where you can reach it is really important.
Yes, but there are only certain things that you should weed, I have found out. So, around my zucchini, it's not getting weeded anymore. They are going to have all them weeds because the weeds that grow in my garden have flowers. And those flowers, they bring in the pollinators. And the pollinators make it to where I have a whole lot of zucchini. Okay, we found this out by accident, and then somebody posted a video about it. It was awesome.
That makes sense. It's kind of like companion gardening, only with weeds.
Yes, so we're gonna have some fun videos coming up. That'll be here in April. We are also gonna try and get some walkthroughs done. And one of my favorite things, here within the next week or two, we are gonna have our in-house lender come have a talk about all the interest rates, what we need to do to make sure that we can get done up. So, we just, one of the gals that work with us, Sherry Rudderman, she's awesome. She just popped her head in to see what we were doing. But yes, we are going to have Matt Lane come in and talk and let you know about interest rates and what we need to do to get financed, by the way. So, as you can tell, all things home.
Thanks for watching.
You have a wonderful day, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And those of you that are following, I'm going to put a link up in the comments so that you guys could sign up for our weekly newsletter. You guys have a wonderful day. Stay safe.